Good morning, Mark Soderberg with ADM Investor Services with your morning ag outlook for Tuesday, July 2nd. Mixed trade here overnight, actually turning mostly higher right now, up 4 to 5 cents in the corn, just posting new session highs. Soybean prices are up 12 to 15 cents. Both products are higher, 4 to 5 better in the meal, and up about 65 to 70 points right now in the oil. Wheat prices have turned mixed, still down in Chicago and in Kansas City, about 4 to 6 cents, steady to about a penny better in Minneapolis. A lot of data out after yesterday's close. Census crush from the month of May showed crushers did process 192 million bushels of beans. That was at the low end of expectations, however, still a record high for the month of May. It was up 8% from April and up 1.4% from May a year ago. Cumulative crush over the first 9 months of the marketing year is running up 3.5% over a year ago, and that's in line with the USDA forecast. I don't see any changes coming here in the USDA WASI report in July, that after cutting that crush estimate, 10 million bushels last month. Bean oil stocks came in at 2.186 billion bushels. That was below expectations resulting from the slightly lower crush. Corn use in the production of ethanol did jump 7.4% in May to nearly 454 million bushels at the high end of expectations. Usage is up 6% for the year in the first 9 months of the marketing year. USDA forecast is up 5.3%. Don't look for any changes there in July and either. Most of yesterday's crop progress in condition report was in line with expectations. Corn conditions slipped 2% while beans held steady. They both now sit at 67% good to excellent. Expectations were for about a 1% decline in both. 11% of the country's corn is now silking. That is above the historical average of 6%. Here in Illinois, 17% of the crop is silking, and that's well above its historical average of only 3%. 20% of the beans in the U.S. are blooming, 3% setting pods, both in line with a year ago, however, above the historical average. Winter wheat harvest is rolling along, 54% complete, well above both a year ago and the 5-year average, and the fastest in 7 years. Conditions did slip 1% to 51% good to excellent. Based on the updated acres from the USDA and the ratings, I look for a pretty sizable jump in winter wheat production. I've got it at 1.345 billion. That's up 50 million from the USDA estimate in June. I think part of the strength here overnight in the bean complex can be attributed to the fact that USDA attaché in Brazil lowered their production forecast to 150 million metric tons. That's down 3 million from the official USDA forecast in June. And back in about a month ago, the USDA only lowered their forecast 1 million metric ton despite the record flooding in the deep south in Rio Grande do Sul. In the U.S. here, heavy rains overnight in southeast Nebraska, extending into southwestern Iowa. Also some pretty heavy amounts along the Iowa-Minnesota border in the central and eastern parts of those states. These showers continue to move across eastern Iowa into northwest Illinois and Wisconsin. Rains the remainder of the holiday week will continue to favor the central and northern Midwest. Overall temperatures expected to remain seasonally mild through this time frame as well, really into about the middle part of July, with better prospects for heat developing in the second half of the month. D's corn has managed to trade above yesterday's high, however, still within Friday's range. We'll see if the price pullback can stimulate a little bit better export demand. Until that happens, I think, or weather becomes more threatening, I would expect no more than some short covering bounces into that 430, 440 range. And we'll see if August beans can trade above last week's high at 1162.5. August oil's back trading above both its 50 and 100-day moving averages, nearing the May high at 47 cents. Thank you for listening, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day.